Jerry Bordeaux. Well, that's great, thanks. That's a lot more applause than I usually get at my other job where I sort wine bottles and bombs from the actual recycling. So that's wonderful. If I were you, I'd hold my critical acclaim off till a bit later, though. I mean, really, you're taking a big risk, right? You don't even know where this is going to go. And here's where it's going to go. If there's one thing you can take away from my set tonight, I think it's that certain people should be encouraged to commit suicide. And I don't mean people that I don't like, neither. I actually mean old people, technically. And I have good reasons for it, though, I think. Like, there are many things that society could benefit from. They're very dangerous activities, you know? And who better to do them than somebody who's not relevant anymore? You know what I mean? Like, we're testing cosmetics and pharmacological, whatever, substances on animals still. Why are we doing that? We could be doing that on actual people if they would just volunteer. You know? Why are they so selfish? Shame on them. I wonder why more older people can't be more like Clint Eastwood and Gran Torino. You know, and just look around and go, my health is failing. My spouse is dead. Society doesn't reflect my values anymore. I'm going to take out a street gang. You know, that would be amazing if that happened. I'm just like, what dog are you going to remember more fondly? The one that you had to put down because it became incontinent and it wasn't cute enough anymore to justify picking up after it? Or the one that, like, tried to kill a bear to save your life? You know? It's in their best interest to behave this way. Let's get them an AK-47 and a Judge Dredd costume and send them out there. You know, we take care of two problems in one fell swoop. We'd have fewer street gangs, and we could drive more safely and comfortably on our streets. I would sign my own grandmother up for this. I would. You don't know her, though. I mean, she's awful. She really is. She's mean. She makes my mother cry. She lives in a beautiful residence that she did nothing to deserve. My grandfather killed Nazis and worked 3 jobs, and now she lives in basically an indoor city that, like, it's incredible. How many things in the universe are not subject to the weather anymore? You know what I mean? She's one of these rare things that the weather just doesn't enter into anything for her. And all she does when I go over there is she complains. I hear her say things like, "The other day, a man was sitting in a chair and he peed, and now he's gone, and so is the chair, and I don't know where they went." Yeah, that happens. We've had to retain a lawyer to keep her in there because she keeps telling a black man to go back to where he came from, and he came from Toronto. It's ridiculous. And you know what's the worst is when seniors misbehave, you can't hit them. You can strike an innocent child in Canada legally. Don't go home and do it. Any of you that have children, but you can. You could. But an older person who should know better, you can't hit them. You just have to resort to being mean to them to punish them. You know. So what you do is you get together, like, you know, you make them sad with photos of things that they remember that aren't around anymore. Things like this is awesome. Things like Perry Como, white neighborhoods, and their friends. Or you call her in the morning and you convince her that her sister's still alive. And then, you know, you get the pleasure of telling her she died 10 years ago and she's alone. Sorry, I get kind of cranky. I'm just very inwardly kind of old and cranky. It's getting bad. At the age of 30, like, I already, you know, I don't care about fun anymore. I just care about how clean my truck is. You know? I have these weird, like the other day I was having dinner with the family and they were talking about these rules for dogs. You know, you can't feed them chocolate. They can't eat a bone because a splinter might go into their brain and make them retarded. They're not supposed to chase birds anymore in case they get a disease. And this thought actually occurred to me. I'm like, you know, they don't make dogs like they used to anymore. It's like they were like an old truck or something. Like I was a step away from going, like, you know, in the 80s you could take a bat to a dog and it wouldn't leave a dent. You know? I'm so inwardly old that I actually have cancer. That was awesome. No, I really do though. Every joke you didn't laugh at tonight, you were being mean to a cancer patient. You gotta deal with that. I love how quiet it is. This is amazing. No, you know, in closing, it's hard to come up with a positive thing to say about cancer, but I used to wish it on people, right? And I'd always feel guilty about it. But now after going through, you know, the anxiety of diagnoses and surgery and all this torturous stuff, I realized that I was spot on. That is exactly what I wanted for that motherfucker that cut me off in traffic. Perfect. All right, that's it for me. Thanks.